My name's Di. I'm the mother of Rhiannon, who's the youngest of my 4 children. Rhiannon's in year 11 this year. We've had a vision for Rhiannon from when she was very young. She was only 6 when we first started to really think quite clearly about what we wanted that to look like and to start to write things down. Essentially, it's about her following the same sort of footsteps as her older sister and brothers. We started thinking about Rhiannon doing work experience way before we really came to that time. She was, by the time she got to high school, starting to really have her own ideas about what she thought she might like to do. We went to the bakery just as a customer one day, and Rhiannon saw one of her classmates, schoolmates, working behind the counter, and when we went out she said, "Oh, I want to work there." So, and because we actually did know the people who own the business, it was thinking, well, you know, that's something that we might broach.
My name's Ruth Hamilton. I'm one of the owners of Wild Rise. We're a bakery, roastery situated in Pambula. I've known Rhiannon pretty much all her life. When Di asked me about the work experience, I was pretty excited.
We went in and took some photos, and then when we got closer to the work experience, we used them in a whole lot of ways. So some of that was thinking about some of the tasks that Rhiannon would be doing and thinking about how she was going to navigate those things. Thinking about some of the things that would be tricky and thinking about some of the safety issues. On work experience day, she had her uniform, she was very excited, she knew what she was going to be expecting to a point. She had her support in place, who, support worker knows her well, she's comfortable with her. Support worker really knew what her role was going to be because we'd done a lot of planning together, prior to that. So yeah, Rhiannon was ready.
Rhiannon came to us in the early December, which is a crazy time of year for us. So I was a little bit apprehensive, just aware of the fact that it was going to be a challenging environment for Rhiannon. It's really fast-paced, really noisy, there's lots of machinery going, movement, and so obviously that's where Di's very thorough planning came in. We set up some tasks for her that she would be doing, things like folding boxes, packing bread. One day she went on deliveries with the delivery driver. She spent a morning up at the roastery packing coffee. I think one of her favourite jobs was helping out with the making of the sausage rolls. She had a really great relationship with the guy that does that job, and there was a lot of funny banter going on over the sausage rolls. She would do 2 hours maximum at each task, and then if her job coach felt that she maybe needed to have a break, then she would take a break.
I guess essentially we see the job coach as like a little bit of a stagehand that is fading in and fading out, putting in the supports for Rhiannon as she needs it, but not interfering and doing things instead of Rhiannon. So knowing when to prompt, knowing when to back away, and letting Rhiannon shine on her own.
Her numeracy and literacy skills are really good. She's a very gregarious person, so everybody really warmed to her, like she was friendly. She asked lots of questions. She's got really good attention to detail.
Early starts are tricky, and that we have to be really super organised for that at this stage. Rhiannon's a creature of routine, so it's a hard thing when you have to get out the house, but what we saw was that Rhiannon was really clear about the work ethics, that it was important, and so she strived, even though it was hard for her, she strived really well to make sure that she did arrive at work on time.
I think it's really important that even though it was just an experience, she was doing jobs that we needed doing. So there was value to that. I would say embrace it. It's an opportunity for you as an employer to learn. as much as it is for your work experience person.
Another thing that's come from the work experience is that Rhiannon's starting to be really clear about achieving credentials. So there was a work experience certificate that all the kids got, a really nicely produced one, and so she felt really proud of that. Ultimately what we hope, and Rhiannon will hope, is to have some engaged employment in the community down the track, in open employment. My advice to parents when it comes to work experience is if your child has older siblings, then capitalise on that and keep talking and planting the seeds around what is possible with your young person. So think about what their interests and passions are, look around your community and see where there are places that could open doors.